Power, and we are starting a brand new series today on Deathmaster Snikch, on Mortal Empires, on Creative Assemblies, Total War, Warhammer 2. Wow, that was a mouthful. Yeah, so we are going to be playing this on the Legendary difficulty, and we're going to really try to have some fun in this campaign. We're going to pick and choose our enemies wisely, yeah, and we're going to produce some really strong armies. I really do like the Skaven in Total War 2. They are probably one of the most powerful races in the game, definitely in the top 5. Yeah, the different mechanics that they have, yeah, give them unique advantages over other factions in the game. You know, they have their food mechanic, yeah, although this can be, a problem, especially in the early game, yeah, and sometimes in the mid game if you haven't been managing it well, yeah, because if it does actually go into a food shortage, the penalties, although they do not look that bad, yeah, when you factor in things like Skaven corruption, yeah, and the fact that you're not growing as fast, yeah, you're going to make your empire a lot weaker by having low food reserves, and so, especially if you can actually keep the food high, you're going to be, be able to maintain your provinces, yeah, a lot easier. Yeah, the Skaven have the unique advantage of when they take over a settlement, they can build it up to whatever level that they wish, yeah, so long as they provide food. So they can take a main settlement, yeah, at level 5, yeah, at the cost of 120 food. This does mean that they find it hard to expand quickly, yeah, as if sometimes you might have to be in a position where you can take 3 province capitals, yeah, but you can't build them all up to level 5. And if you can, it's going to mean, yeah, that you're going to go into a food shortage, yeah, and that can, lead to problems, defending that area. It's no use, taking an area, expending the food, only to lose it several turns down the line. The other unique thing that they have is their Under Empire, and their Under Empire is as useful as the Over Empire, as I'll call it. Yeah, because the buildings that you can build in your enemies and your allies' territories are a lot better than the ones you can actually build in your main settlements. So with the Skaven, their main settlements, yeah, are either producing the units that they need, yeah, or making sure that they have walls, so we can dig in, as much as we can, so we don't lose a territory. Yeah, but some territories are way more advantageous to have an Under Empire there, especially if you want to maintain your economy and your food supplies. Yeah, and we will be using the Under Empire as much as possible as we can. Yeah, and I think sometimes I might overuse it, because if I come across a province, a region in a province, yeah, that has no value to me, it doesn't have a trade resource or unique building, yeah, or even a port, yeah, it's far more useful as an Under Empire, because it can be used as a sack city, or it can be used, we can even invite our allies to take it over, yeah, and it will, just be of a bigger effect for us, being an Under Empire. So Deathmaster Snikch, yeah, really, really love this guy. He was a bit lackluster on the tabletop, yeah, but in this game he is really pulling his weight, and he is, performing to his true potential. So Snikch is a master melee combatant, yeah, and we'll be using him to assassinate lords and heroes, because he will do that, very, very well. Yeah, and he is the master of ambush. Out of all of the Skaven characters, yeah, Snikch is the most prone to ambushing. as he can get his ambush skill well above 100% chance in even the worst places for ambushes. So if he's used well, yeah, he should never be on the defensive. Yeah. So if we just have a look at the beginning of the campaign, we have Blade Rock and we have a building slot that we can put in here. We're going to get to that, I think, after we fought a battle. Yeah, so we have Deathmaster Snikch, and he has, a very good starting army, especially for what he's actually facing up against. He's actually, it is just an army comprising of goblins, and it should be relatively easy, for us to actually take that out this first turn. So let's just have a look at our wizard here, and just see if he's got any decent traits. And he's tough. He's got plus 25 armor and plus 5% melee defense. So I still wouldn't use him in combat, but at the beginning part of the campaign, he is still going to be quite useful with his magic. So what we're going to do is we're just going to join him straight to Deathmaster Snikch's army. So before we go into battle quickly, we are going to look at the shadowy dealings that Deathmaster Snikch has access to. Yeah, and these are very powerful abilities that Clan Eshin can actually do. Sometimes by they might lose their characters for a number of turns, but the rewards are very, very extreme, to the point where you can actually get rid of your main enemy with a snap of your fingers. Yeah, but just for the moment in the early game, we're going to make use of the smaller ones, because they're going to allow us to level up our characters and get the different little bonuses that we can get. If we can get some items, we can get some extra money. This is all going to come in handy, and it's something that other Skaven factions can't do. So just for starters, I want to use the burglarize. Yeah, and I'm going to select Deathmaster Snikch for it, because he's not going to disappear from this. Yeah, and it's going to be some good experience for him. So let's see what we got. Okay, let's just close that a second. Okay, and we have stolen some warpstone armor, which is a really fantastic, item to have right at the beginning. We're going to give it. I think we're going to give that to Snikch himself, and he's going to be able to do a lot of damage to a lot of small infantry units. Yeah, whilst he's going after the main targets. It's going to mean that his kill count is going to be a lot higher now. What a lucky find. Okay, and I believe Snikch he's definitely leveled up. So I'm just going to get Root Marcher straight away for him. Yeah, with Deathmaster Snikch's leveling up, you do have to be careful. You want to make sure that he does, reveal his true potential. So we want to spend points wisely. Yeah, and I think, we do want to continue down this blue skill line. Yeah, because I think it would be good for us to get Lightning Strike and Quartermaster for him, keep his army nice and cheap, and make sure that he can really single out the armies that he's going to want to attack with the Lightning Strike. Yeah, but not like other Skaven. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to give him the Ancient Cunning ability, because you can work out that he can get to 100% ambush chance in the worst place for an ambush, just with a few other bonuses. So he's already got plus 25%, yeah, because of his faction. Yeah, he can get another 10% with jump scare. Yeah, and he can get another 20%. Yeah, with the Cloak of Shadows, giving him that 100% chance of ambush, and with technologies you can bump that to 105. Yeah, so we definitely won't waste the points in Ancient Cunning in this playthrough. The other Skaven Lords, definitely, this is a must-have for any Skaven Lord except Deathmaster Snikch. Okay, so we'll go straight into this battle, and we are going to win this battle, hands down. But what we just want to do is just make sure that we mitigate our casualties, because we're going to have to fight another battle straight away afterwards. Yeah, and what my plan is to be next turn in position to attack the Haunted Forest. So we're not going to be able to replenish in between battles because we won't be able to travel home, replenish, and still get to the Haunted Forest. I want this territory to be taken as quickly as possible because they have a barracks. Yeah, yeah. And even after I've taken out this army, yeah, if I go back to my own territory, by the time I get to the Haunted Forest, they will have a larger army there, and it will be superior to the one that I could have raised. So I want to get in there as quickly as possible, yeah, and just secure this region, yeah, by the end of the second turn. So let's get that accomplished.
Lord of the Assassins.
Now, I haven't attached the Warpstone armor just yet to Snikch, yeah, but it doesn't matter because it wouldn't actually apply until next turn. Yeah, but like I said, it's just goblins here, and we should be able to slaughter them with ease. Yeah, and we do not need to spend any food to finish this battle. So here we go. Okay, here we go. So ambush battles, always a must with the Skaven. You know, their advantage is being able to take out your best troops before you're ready. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So Skaven Tactics 101, yeah, kill their weakest troops with your best troops and hold their best troops with your worst troops. Yeah, it works on the tabletop and it should work here, you know, just as well. Yeah. So I'm going to put my clan rats, yeah, I'm going to just charge them straight into their best units. Yeah, and I'm going to put with them the warp grinders. Because the warp grinders have a brilliant ability, yeah, a warp quake, yeah, and once they hit that and they're in the right position, yeah, they're going to do a serious amount of damage to the nasty skulkers and the night goblin fanatics. Yeah, yeah, whilst we have our night runners and our gutter runners are going to take out their missile units. And I think I will use the Eshin Triads to go after their archers as well. Deathmaster Snikch over here, ready to go for the general. And we'll bring the wizard over to help as well.
Yes, yes.
I'm just going to spread out a little bit more here. I want to be able to make sure that we can actually grab as many of their troops as possible with these clan rats. Yeah, not fussed about casualties really, but like I said, because we've got multiple battles to come, we do want to keep casualties to a minimum, yeah, as much as possible. I'm just going to put those in a control group just to make it easier, and we will start the battle. A little bit chaotic at the beginning, and it's just there. Everyone is in range, so let's hit that, and let's send our gutter runners to try to catch these guys as well. Now we've got a good shot into the flank and get Snikch into that general, and then we should find this battle is over before it started. I want to make sure these archers actually do get wiped out in the course of the battle. And what I'm going to do is, whilst they're running, I'm going to stop them from moving, so we can actually get them. But their archers are now doomed. Let's bring up our slingers to get a better shot on these guys over here. I wish this ability recharged a little bit faster, but it is very, very powerful. I think the battle is mostly over now.
Deathmaster Snikch. Dark arts. Power of dark.
These archers are near, they're shattered.
Ready.
Let's get into those.
The Ice Runners.
Don't want friendly fire really into our triads. They're a very fragile unit. The great thing about the gutter runners here is their natural resistance to missiles. Yeah, it gives them a great advantage when approaching other missile units. One of the best things you know about moving and firing is against a unit that can't move and fire, the AI puts them on skirmish 99% of the time. Yeah, and you can just start to push them. Yeah, and your units are faster and better in melee, and you will just run them down and kill them. But that's the battle over. Everyone is dead. I just want to see if we can do a tiny bit more damage to them. Speed up a bit. We are faster than them, so should catch them. So, first victory of the campaign, many more to come. Got a little bit of extra food, and I mean we can get some replenishment, extra food, or money at the cost of replenishment. We definitely don't want to do that, you know. So I'm thinking at this time, yeah, we're just going to grab the food, yeah, because we want to make sure that when we take the next settlement, that we can establish it perhaps at level 2, yeah, maybe even at level 3. It just depends on how much food we can get.
Stronger. Yes. Moving time. Yes.
Brilliant. And we've just picked up the Armor of Fortune as well, which is a great start again, you know, in getting items for our characters. I think we'll give that to the wizard for now, yeah, and then possibly transfer it over to an assassin or any other lord that that we get later on down the line. So Deathmaster Snikch has leveled up again. Yeah, so I'm going to get in the looter skill. Just keep on going until we get Lightning Strike. Yeah, and Zap Spark is leveled up as well. Yeah, and I want to go through his magic chain first. Yeah, there's a couple of spells in here, that I think are very useful. I like Armor of Darkness and Veil of Shadows. Armor of Darkness, I think, when it's actually overcast, to get the area effect, for plus 60 armor, that's a big deal for Skaven. Clan rats going up to, to 80 armor, yeah, and units that have, 0 armor, having 60 armor is an amazing ability, especially for 33 seconds. It is definitely a good one because it can affect as many units as in that area of effect. And Veil of Shadows is also, really useful for just slowing the enemy down and allowing us to shoot them a little bit more. The other spells, the more high powerful ones, I'm not too sure about, but we will get them. We'll try them out, but I don't know if they will be as powerful as, say, for instance, the Law of Plague. So start off getting the magic. So Warp Spells has been upgraded, lowering the cost and the cooldown, so we'll be able to use that a little bit more. Okay, and we'll be going for our next battle.
We win.
I'm going to fight this manually because I want to keep the casualties as low as possible, so we can, because we're not going to get any replenishment this turn.
Break them. Yes.
Okay, same battlefield again, only this time it's going to be a lot faster. But we will use the same strategy as we did before. Only I think this time I'm going to put my night runs over here so they can start shooting into the rear of the main formation. I'll get my clan rats. We will position them ready to charge, along with the warp grinders, those in the control group. Might as well put Ikit into that group as well, or Snikch rather. I do play with Ikit quite a bit. He's one of my favourite characters, and I think Ikit is still the most powerful legendary lord for the Skaven, but Deathmaster Snikch is certainly one of the most fun. So don't need extra magic. Let's just get this over with. So yeah, no, it's over. Watch their health dropping because of that ability. And then we'll hit that because we don't want them to move. Yeah, it's all over. But the crying. Vindictive little wizard at the end there. And end battle. So, another victory. Brilliant. And again, I think this time we just get... There's not very much replenishment to get, so I think we'll grab some more food. We've leveled up again, which is great. Before we actually stop, we're just going to move south to make sure that we are ready to attack the Haunted Forest next turn. I think it's going to be another easy battle, especially with the forces that we still have. So another point into Looter for Deathmaster Snikch, and another point into Zapspark. I think we'll use the Toxic Rain for the constant debuff as he's casting. Got research available. So Snikch starts with devious plans available to research straight away. It's only fitting being Clan Eshin, as this is the one that's going to boost all the assassins and gutter runners and night runners. So we are going to get this straight away, but as soon as we can, we're going to start working on ferocious plans, because I want us to get always more besides for the extra casualty replenishment, as that's going to give us a really good advantage, especially early game. It means that we can take more casualties, and not worry, as we're going to replenish over the end turn. Okay, and just to check any other things, we've got a building that we can build at Blade Rock. I am tempted to get the Hidden Lair straight away, but I don't think that it's necessary immediately. The one thing that I do really want to do, is start working on my growth, because I want to build up my home region as quickly as possible. So I think that's all we can do in this first turn. So we'll go straight to the next one. Right, brilliant. Turn 2. Quest issued. Kill 1,000 enemies for the Whirl of Weeping Blades. We'll get that really quickly. Very, very, very easy quest, and we'll get another 5,000 to our treasury for doing that. I'll probably end up being completed in the next couple of turns as the orcs send some forces after us. So accept that. Our technology has been recruited, or has been completed, and we'll get the next thing going. And we've got ferocious plans available now. So we'll get that and start working on always more besides. And now Deathmaster Snikch is ready to attack the Haunted Forest. So it's just a Lord in there and the garrison. It's going to be a very easy fight. Well, I'm going to fight it manually because I do want to keep my casualties as low as possible. We don't need the menace below. Let's keep that food for when we're going to upgrade the settlement in a second. and yeah, let's get in there.
Murder step.
So, oh, brilliant! Loads of magic to start with. So Zapspark should have some fun in this battle. I think what we're going to have to do in this battle is just we're going to make a lot of use of our Night Runners and Gutter Runners because they have their Vanguard ability and they can start harassing the enemy straight away. Yeah, I have played this before. Yeah, I think the enemy is going to be around this area and they're going to make a beeline for this hill, and that's going to be a great time for us to start harassing them and just making sure that they're completely pulled out of position. What I'm going to do with my main infantry is just bring them over here. I'm going to put them in a little bit of a blob because there's no artillery to worry about, and the plan is just to take out their archers, yeah, as quickly as possible. And we'll keep the warp grinders in with them as well, because as you saw in the previous battles, this warp capability is really good. If you did have more than one of the warp grinders, I'd definitely say once one has finished, yeah, then hit the other, yeah, because it's not going to affect a unit twice. Yeah, you definitely want to make great use of it. If you had maybe 4 of these, just hitting them one after another, yeah, they're going to delete units in front of them, yeah, and around them. Yeah, the fact that they don't, cause damage to yourself is just amazing and very, very unscaven. I'll bring Snikch over as well so he can be close to the action. But we'll start the battle. So we'll start focusing in on their archers. We should do a lot of damage to them.
Now, ready now. Night Runners, slay stabber.
So in a moment, I think I might this might actually trigger them to actually attack me. These guys they're stopping now, so let's just get our guys to kill them. Oh, here comes the orcs. Never mind. Okay, let's get our main troops to start coming up as well. Like I said, it is great that they've got their dodge ability, and the Goblin Archers being what they are, they're not going to do very well. And we are so much faster than they are. In fact, we're so fast we can get away from them. Yeah, we've got this.
Yes, yes. As you wish. Gutter runners. Move, dance. Die, things. Recollect. For the Valentine. Shriek, shriek.
In fact, now we'll just send these guys actually into combat with them now. Be over in a moment. Can cast that spell then. Shouldn't really be in combat with him, but it is such a small battle. Taking a few more battles and a few more casualties than I would like, but in this battle, but it's okay. Sorry, we should replenish quite nicely over the end turn.
Night runners. Gutter runners. Tails forward. For the mounting tide. What?
I wonder how good this ability is actually against characters.
What orders? I run. Get to the link.
Those orcs are done for now.
What? Faster. Scurry. Murder, kill. Attack, charge. Deathmaster Snikch.
Yeah, the battle's over now. Yeah, took a few more casualties than this one than I would like, but it wasn't an ambush. Let's just hope the next battles are going to be a little less messy. Decisive victory, fantastic. Another 9 food gained, adding to our storage vaults, and just over 1,000 extra to the treasury. And another level up for Deathmaster Snikch. Level 5 on turn 2 is really good going. I don't think a lot of other legendary lords can level up quite that quickly. Yes. So we're going to occupy the settlement. Yeah, or loot and occupy is the only thing that Skaven can do. We just want to see how far we can get it. So if we take it to level 3, we will have a food shortage. Yeah, and I don't want that. I'm just going to keep it at level 2, so we can keep food good, get our growth, continuing to go strong. We want to build up this region as fast as we can. Yeah, and I'm really not concerned about this territory being taken off me. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Deathmaster Snikch.
So we've got a right unlocked, the sudden kill scheme. Let's just have a look, see what that is. Okay, so for 1 turn only, we will get 20% extra missile damage, 10% extra speed, stalk, and snipe. Yeah, brilliant ability. I wish it lasted longer than 1 turn. We might end up using that quite soon, though, as if we run up against a full stack of orc boys, we're going to want as much of an advantage as we can get, especially in the early game when we can't field as many of our elite troops as we'd like. So we'll just keep that for the moment. And we have the Haunted Forest. Let's just see what we've got here. We've captured the barracks, which is great. We're not going to repair it because it will repair over time and it works just fine. We're not concerned about the public order penalty for it being broken because we'll just put down any rebellion that actually happens in the area. So we'll just keep that in mind for there. And what extra building we can get. We can get timber. Oh, which is good for our economy a little bit. It'd be better if we do that as a trade partner. We don't have one at the moment, so I'm not going to build this just yet. What I just want to do actually is just put in the growth building again, because like I said, just keep this region growing as fast as it can. If we can get up to tier 3 or tier 4 at Blade Rock as quickly as possible, yeah, and get our better units, yeah, and then we can really start putting the hurt on our enemies. So we'll upgrade to the Nest Nursery at Blade Rock as well. More growth. Deathmaster Snikch leveled up, so let's put another point into Looter. And Zapspark is leveled up as well. And I'm going to grab the Armor of Darkness spell. I'm going to try and upgrade that as quickly as possible, as I'm going to start to use this as a part of the army's victory tactic. What we're hopefully going to do is use the overcasted version of this spell, to give my Skaven slaves and clan rats an extra plus 60 armor, and just keep on casting it over and over and over. Yeah, holding, the enemy in place, whilst my gutter runners, stab them from the back. So damage building, we'll just ignore that. Do have the right, we just looked at that before. Shadowy dealings, let's just have a look at that for a moment. Okay, we can stash rations to get our schemes back. But it would take 20 food. I don't want to spend it because I don't want to go into a food shortage just yet. And it's not time to do the Night Lord say so just yet. But let's have a look at the clan contracts. And we do actually have a contract from Clan Moors to spy on Clan Pestilence. So that will put us into the friendly with Clan Moors. So it will establish diplomatic contact. We'll get minus 50% recruitment cost for clan rats. Afterwards. And we'll also have a negative penalty. We'll lose food per turn, and we will lose diplomatic relations with Clan Pestilence. I'm definitely going to do this because I think we do get quite a bit of food per turn, especially in the early game. There are ways sacking settlements and attacking armies. You can get food back quite quickly. So -1 isn't too much of a penalty, especially considering we're going to save some money recruiting our clan rats. So let's just see who can do this. So we could send Zapspark. I don't think he's going to be away for any time. So actually there's some our agent recovery time level, 5 turns. So maybe actually what we might actually do is recruit another lord and then send him. I don't know. No, I'll send Zapspark because magic isn't too important in our strategy at the beginning here, and we'll get him back in 5 turns. So let's use Zapspark, confirm, and off he goes. Okay, so now we've definitely got that bonus, and we're going to be able to save a little bit of money on the recruitment of some clan rats. So let's get those in the tree. We're not going to be going up against any large units for a while. We've already got some spears, so I'm just going to get some clan rats with hand weapons, just to bulk out our numbers. We will get slaves in this army. We'll just pick those up at the end once we've got what we want. Okay, and I think we're just going to go to Deathmaster Snikch just quickly and change his armor to the Warpstone armor before I forget. Because I think that's a lot better than the armor of Fortune, as it's going to allow him to really up his kill count. And then we'll move on to the next turn. Right, turn 3. And let's just see how we're going to start to expand our territory, plan out what it is that we're going to achieve first. Okay, so we've been offered a mission for the Cloak of Shadows. We have to recruit an assassin, do that as soon as we can. Like I said, I just wanted to build those growth buildings first, just so we could upgrade the settlements a bit faster. We'll get an extra 1,000 to our treasury for doing that. A little bit of hand holding again. I don't think it's necessary on legendary. So definitely give the missions. But make it a tiny bit harder to say I'm not going to give you the 500 gold or 1,000 gold, because you don't need to be told to do this. Either it's a good thing to do, and you're going to go and do it, or it's a bad thing to do and you're not going to do it. So technology has been done. It's on its way to always more. Besides, we've now got local recruitment capacity of +1. Okay, so the next target is going to be Pig Barter, and then beyond that, there's a main settlement here. So it's just got to plan out what we're going to do here. Now the forest is really bad, to traverse, so we need to get across that as quickly as possible, to attack Pig Barter. Yeah, Pig Barter's level 1. I'm not sure if this is a barracks in here. I think it's unlikely, because there was one at the Haunted Forest. Yeah, so I don't think they're going to be able to recruit troops here. I think they're going to start recruiting troops here. Yeah, and the border is around. Yeah, is here. So I'm wondering at this early part of the game, instead of conquering Pig Barter, we might actually install an undercity. Yeah, because the buildings there are a lot more beneficial. Yeah, I mean, we won't have the completed region, so we won't be able to put down an edict, yeah, or a commandment. But I think the actual bonuses that we'll get from the under Empire, will outweigh that. Yeah, especially when we can actually make it like our own territory by making it so we can actually replenish there. Yeah, and perhaps we could also use it for Deathmaster Snikch to use it as a sack city, so you can start to level up as quickly as possible. Yeah, and then if needs be as well, using the road, being able to move quicker, we'd be able to get back for any rebellions that happen at Blade Rock. But we do have a bonus now to our. No, we don't have a bonus just yet to our public order. But if we do actually get any more clan contracts from Clan Moors, we'll definitely do it, because the extra public order they can provide later on will definitely be useful. I'm just going to check, see how much exactly you can get. Yeah, so at level 10 is +2 public order. Yeah, which is really going to help us if we can get this early on. Close that, and we've got a damaged building again. We're going to ignore that, and on to the next turn. And I just realised that we forgot to move, so that was a tiny bit of a mistake right there at the beginning. But hey ho. Yeah, I really, actually, I don't think it's really going to matter that much. We will be able to get in position next turn. It's just whether or not they were actually able to recruit an army here. Yeah, definitely going to feel a little bit more on the ball after this. Right, so we've just received a contract from Clan Mulder. We'll have a check of that out in a moment. And let's just have a check in Pig Barter to see if they've actually recruited an army. Yeah, so we can see now that there's a military presence of 1. Yeah, so they have recruited a lord there. Yeah, we need to get moving as quickly as possible now with Deathmaster Snikch. He really should have been in a position to attack them this turn, but he's going to be a turn behind. Luckily, we've got some more clan rats, so we will have we will definitely be able to win the battle. We've just got to make sure that we win it well. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm going to be in a good position to attack here. I think if we jump here, we'll still be in the forest. It might cut off our movement, so I think we're going to come here.
Deathmaster.
There we are, just inside their territory. So we're not going to replenish, but we are nearly at full strength. And we've got the Haunted Forest is ready to upgrade its rattling warrants, so we'll grab that. It's only 1,000. Yeah, it's going to push our growth up to 125, so we're growing really quite nicely now. Yeah, then the barracks will repair probably next turn. Let's have a tiny little check to see what's going on. Let's have a look at that clan contract. So, spy on Clan Moors from Clan Mulder. So this would it's going to reduce our reputation with Clan Moors, so we'll still get the bonus that they're giving us at the moment, and it will give us an extra bonus of minus 50% to recruitment of rat ogres and hell pit abomination. Later on, that's going to be good. If we can get the recruitment costs down on especially hell pits, but rat ogres are a terrible unit, so we don't want that. What do you get at the end? Physical resistance for lords and heroes. I think that's definitely a fine bonus there, but it'd be a while before we can get it. I think we'll do this when Zapspot gets back, or if we recruit a new lord or hero in the meantime. So on to the next turn. He might have 4 extra units here. We'll find that out next turn. Yeah, but we definitely do have the forces to attack him, and we do have the food if necessary to get the menace below to help out a little bit more.
Please cover, but traps.
Okay, turn 5. And we've got another contract from Clan Pestilence. We'll check that out in a moment. But let's have a look at other things. Haunted Forest is able to upgrade the barracks now that it's been repaired. But I'm not going to do that at this moment. Yeah, getting Clan Raptors with shields is not a priority. Neither is getting Storm Vermin, especially if it's not quick. I'm not that interested in Storm Vermin. There are better units in the Skaven roster for what they do. So we'll just ignore this for now, and we'll just go straight to Ikit Claw, and we'll see what is waiting for us. So let's just come closer a tiny bit. Oh, well, he hasn't actually recruited, so it's going to be quite an easy battle indeed. Definitely did overestimate that. I thought they might actually recruit something straight away, but they don't actually have the barracks, so we're going to be able to get in there. Yeah, I think definitely we're going to sack this city. Yeah, we're going to install our Ender Empire, and we're going to use this as a training ground to level up our lords and heroes as the orcs try in vain to reinforce the area. Yeah, and I think that's going to be the best plan, because the AI, it needs to be played around.
Yes.
So let's attack. Okay, so they do have a war boss. Deathmaster Snikch, though, will be able to kill him really quickly, and we do have 2 Menace Belows now because of a Skaven corruption in the area. I think with the Menace Below bug, should be reduced down to just 1, but that'll definitely be enough, especially if we want to just drop them on the Goblin Archers. But we'll get into this battle. It's an easy one.
Yes. Yes.
Right, okay, so let's just see what we're going to do. I wonder if they're going to do what they did before and deploy here and then move, to this slightly higher ground. But I think much like before, we'll send the Night Runners and the Gutter Runners forwards to start harassing them, and we'll be in a position to take on to have our clan rats, just hold them at bay and use the warp grinders and then just hit them in the rear. It's going to be an easy battle. We've got 2 units of spears. They don't have very good archers, so I don't really mind about blowing up. I'm just going to make sure that my guys are, all able to support each other. Okay, and we've got the Eshin Triads as well. I think they might actually. They do have stalks, so they can stay hidden. I might keep them back as well, so if anything that does chase the Night Runners and the Gutter Runners, we might actually be able to throw them into it, and allow us to keep it less messy than it was in the last battle. But let's go. Deathmaster Snikch in the middle there. And let's start the battle. Start moving up our main force.
Our tale is yours. Like Chloe.
It won't be long before we actually start doing too much damage, and they'll just come straight at us.
Ready, yes, yes.
I think that's it now.
Guide us onward. Move! Bong, bong! Give me orders. Quick, quick! Hasten, hurry! Scream, cattle, click! Time. Oh no! I am ready. Good, good! Get runners!
we've got some orc boys there, orc boys there. I think we'll definitely be able to get these triads in.
Deathmaster Snikch. Snikch them. Steven, yes, yes.
Let's dump these guys onto the archers. I've just noticed we actually got a full complement of them. Of the menace below for once. What a strange and wonderful thing. That's been around since day one. Okay, this battle's over. Eshin Trias took a little bit of damage from the orc boys there, but not too much. Let's hit that. Let's hit that. Stop those guys moving. Where's their general? Kill him. Chase them down. Might have speed this up now. There's Deathmaster Snikch's warpstone armor in effect there. Deathmaster Snikch, even though I forgot about him a bit at the beginning of the battle, he's actually picking up quite a few kills very quickly. Yeah, the battle's over. Could chase him down for the fun of it, but I don't just want to get on with the initial part of our campaign here. Give you a good chunk to get into, for this first episode. Okay, so another a much better victory than the last settlement that we took. Another 9 food, and how much money? Another 1,200 to help us invest into our empire. Yeah, and Deathmaster Snikch, level 6, so leveling up nicely still. So we're not going to take it over. That's not the plan. Not at this stage. We could either get an extra 791 for sacking it and some replenishment, but we didn't take very many casualties at all in that battle. Yeah. So what I think we're actually going to do is just expand the Under Empire. We don't actually need the money. Yeah, and I think the reason why we won't just sack it and get the Under Empire is I just don't think I've got enough movement, and I want to start those buildings in the Under Empire, going straight away. Let's expand the Under Empire.
Sneaky sneak later.
I think now that the AI is actually going to have to recruit a new lord in this region, it's going to slow them down again in recruiting an army. So it's going to allow us to next turn get back to our territory and recruit some more units. But let's just have a look at pig barter with our Undercity. See, we just we've completed that quest to kill 1,000 enemies. Yeah, on turn 5. So we now have the Whirl of Weeping Blades as well. Yeah, I mean, obviously CA meant for you to have it as quickly as possible. Yeah, and as easily as possible. So we've got an enchanted shield as well. We'll just keep that for another hero down the line. Weapon gain, thank you. And Deathmaster Snikch rather. Play with Ikit Claw far too much. It's leveled up. Yeah, and we're going to get, I think, Corruptive. Because I'm not too far. If I'm not going to get Ancient Cunning, Bonded Service and a Dictatorial. They're just not up my street. I don't care about recruitment costs because my economy should be going well. I shouldn't have to worry how expensive a unit is. It's just about its overall upkeep. Yeah, and a dictatorial just doesn't sound that fun. I'm Skaven. I want to be corruptive. I don't care about public order problems, and rebellions are just good for food. So let's get on with that. Let's have a look at Pig Barter. We can now build under their settlement. And one of the first buildings that I definitely want to get, being as we're going to use this as a training ground, is the burrows, which is going to give us campaign replenishment whilst we're in here. Yeah, +2 to our minutes below, extra leadership, extra campaign movement range. When we start here, it's a really good building chain. Yeah, and I'm not sure if some of the bonuses actually stack with this one. So maybe you can actually get plus 50% from both of them, which would mean that you could move a huge distance in one turn. Yeah. So we'll definitely get these boroughs first. Yeah, and the Under Empire itself does cost -1 food, so we definitely want that to mitigate that straight away by getting the scavenger raiders, so we can get that. That's plenty. Yeah, and what I also want to do, whilst we actually have the food, let's really build this up. So, yeah, I don't care about visibility in the region, so I'm going to get deeper tunnels because I don't want to be discovered. Yeah, and I'm going to start building straight away a subterranean pit, because if I can expand this Under Empire as quickly as possible, and I can just push it in front of me, so as I'm invading places, I'm going to have all of the bonuses that I can get my hands on to actually win the battle, with units that are, sometimes, inferior to what we're going to be facing. So we'll grab that as well, and we still have plenty of money coming in. Let's have a look at the rest of the territories. Again, we can do this, but I just don't want to. And Deathmaster Snikch can't move any further, so let's end the turn. Right, so turn 6 for Deathmaster Snikch. Yeah, there's going to be some quick turns ahead of us until the orcs send a counterattack. Because now that I've put my Under Empire in Pig Barter, I don't want to get rid of it. Yeah, and in fact, I don't think I'm going to want to get rid of it until the mid-game, when I want to actually, complete the region, so I can actually set up maybe an assassin training school. But there might actually be a better region for that. But Pig Barter itself is going to be a fantastic place for leveling up agents and lords. Yeah, being as it is so close to the Haunted Forest, we should be able to hop backwards and forwards, sacking it each turn. So we've got negative growth, -10, not too much of a problem. Yeah, and yeah, Deathmaster Snikch is going to attack Pig Barter. Yeah, and because we now also have the burrows, we got rid of replenishment last turn. So I'm going to auto-resolve this one because it's an easy one, and we're just waiting for those orcs to come at us. We'll just sack it. So trait gained for Deathmaster Snikch, extra leadership, and we got a Talisman of Endurance. So for Deathmaster Snikch, that's going to make him a lot more survivable. Yeah, plus 15% ward save. Yeah, keep that for a while, I think. And we've unlocked the 13th scheme. We'll have a look at that in a second. So Deathmaster Snikch is now going to move back to home territory.
As you say.
And let's just have a look at what we can recruit. I think we've got plenty of clan rats at the moment. I want to keep his army as cheap as possible in the early game, so we're just going to grab some Skaven slaves. 16 each, yeah, that is a really good price. You just throw them away. And we're Haunted Forest, can't build anything. Level up to Deathmaster Snikch. Get Draftmaster now. One more level away from Lightning Strike and Quartermaster. So let's just look at our rights. Got the 13th scheme. Yeah, this is going to give us diplomatic relations with Skaven and a hero success chance. So we're going to hold on to this for a second, because we don't actually have any heroes, and it gives us the Clan Eshin Clanstone. We've seen this being used. It does cause a lot of damage. Yeah, I think it is very, very useful. We're just going to make sure that we have this right done at the right time. Yeah, I think as soon as the orcs actually send over a full stack to reinforce pig barter, we'll probably pop this down and have some fun. So, and on to the next turn, really quick on there. And we've got, oh no, we do actually have a scheme here, so let's just quickly have a look at that. We can get another level with Deathmaster Snikch quite quickly here. So we could do, what can we do here? So we can't do another burglarize. Yeah, but what could else we do? We could get extra food, more money. Let's get some extra food. Confirm that. And there we go. And now we've got another point for Deathmaster Snikch. Let's get Lightning Strike, just so it's done. And on to the next turn. Right, so here we go, turn 7. Yeah, and straight away, united against us. Karak Azul has now declared war on us. Oh, and it was the Red Clouds that asked them to do it. So all that orky dwarven cooperation happening all over again. Zap Spark is back, which is brilliant. Technology has been done, so now we are actually going to be researching that extra replenishment rate, which is good. We've got a mission issued to raise or sack the Fortress of Vorag. So we'll definitely do that. We've got 14 turns to do that in. Definitely, we can definitely accomplish that. Yeah, with the Skaven style, they always sack settlements before they take them. So we're going to get that for sure. All these extra little bonuses that we are doing, it does actually add up. I think, but it's probably just not necessary on legendary difficulty, as it should be, more difficult.
Stop that!
So here we are. We've got the faction leader has actually come back with a stack of 20. He's now coming in. He's going to have to use the underway at least once more to get in. Yeah. So let's just have a think here. Yeah, we definitely want to stop this recruitment, so we are going to attack. Yeah, we are going to sack the city again. Yeah, then we'll just have to wait for Elbog to come over, and we'll have to worry about fighting him in a second. We'll have to work out how we're going to do that.
Deathmaster.
So just for now, we're just going to attack Pig Barter.
Like wind.
So we'll auto-resolve this with a lightning strike on.
Running. No.
And a sack.
Ready yet. March.
So I've got a new follower gained, +5 armor for Skaven weapon teams units. It's going to be quite good for our warp grinders. I think we'll start using that straight away. And let's get back to home territory. Okay, so we've got 17 units. They've got 20. They also might be actually moving into the town next turn, so they're going to have an extra 5 depleted units as well. We're not sure at the moment if this is just a full stack of orc boys, or if it's going to comprise of goblins as well. Hopefully it does. It will make it a little bit easy. If it's a full stack of orc boys, they do actually they can hit Skaven like in the early game like a wrecking ball. So a level up for Zap Spark, get another point into Armor of Darkness. Now we can overcast that one and actually start using it as we discussed earlier, buffing up as many of our clan rats and slave units as possible. And we'll start him moving back towards the front line.
Scuttle, scuttle.
Off he goes. and we can now upgrade Flayed Rock to a Warren. Yes, it's level 3, and we'll be able to start thinking about getting some artillery. You know, where that's where the Skaven really will shine. And let's end the turn.
Break these ones.
Right then, so on to turn 8. I think this is going to be the last turn of this episode. As I think it's already gone on for nearly an hour and a half now. We are going to fight this battle in just a moment. I think it's going to be a great little climax to the first episode. And we've received a new contract from Skoraya. We'll check that out in just a second. And we're just going to see what's going on here. So we have the Elbog core lobber, and it does look like he does have a lot of orc boys here, but he hasn't actually gone in the settlement. Yeah, so it's that's definitely going to give us an advantage. You know, I'm just wondering if we are actually going to be able to ambush this army. Yeah, especially being as it's in the underway stance. We have our 17 units. Can Zap Spark join us? I think he can.
I bring pain, death.
Try and make so. Let's make sure he can do this. No, I don't. I think that might actually make it so that we might not be able to reach the army. So I think I'm just going to leave him behind this time, and we're just going to send Ikit, or Deathmaster Snikch, sorry, straight into battle.
Yes.
So there we are. It's a really horrible orc army. 16 units of boys, a few goblin archers, but we should be able to do this. Yeah, we do have this, starting with 6 minutes below. Yeah, and we do actually have plenty of food, so I'm going to just bump that up. Yeah, and let's get 9. Yeah, especially if it's going to be like last battle, we're not actually going to lose one. So we're actually starting to get a fair bargain for our food. Yeah, we're going to hold the boys with our numbers and try and get our night runners around the flanks. Yeah, and I think that hopefully this time round we should get quite a few kills with the warp grinders, especially if we can get the orcs to crowd around us. You know, where we can get a lot of their units, you know, being hit at once. So let's get in there. Okay, here we are in the Battle of Pigbarter. Yeah, I think what we wanted to do here is to try to make these orcs bunch up as much as we can. Yeah, so we might start the battle on this side here this time. Yes, you know, facing straight into them. Yeah, and we'll just, you know, as they pile in, yeah, that's going to be the best time for us to hit these warp grinders. Yeah, and really do a lot of damage to them. Yeah, Deathmaster Snikch will kill their leader very quickly, reduce their morale. Hopefully we can, you know, cause them to run. Yeah, and we'll get our night runners just initially to support our main blob. So initially I just want the slaves up front, and then let's just start blobbing up just slightly with the clan rats. So the night runners, we'll pop them over here, and then they can actually just start, you know, putting themselves in a place where they can hit the flank. And again, I think we'll put the Eshin Triads nearby with them. They did actually do really well with actually working in tandem with them before. You know, I think they got over 100 kills on Orc Boys. Warp Grinders central to our strategy here. We got those in the middle, and we've got another unit of Clan Rats, so beef out in the middle a little bit more. Okay, let's just see if this works out. So I'm just going to slam him into there. So let's get them straight in. Really do want to make sure that we can get our guys protecting each other. Get our warp grinders start hitting those guys as quickly as possible. They haven't really come in like I wanted them to. But this is still working out fine. So let's just try and, to make sure that these ones die.
Deathmaster Snikch. Bong bong. On, lad. What? Now move at once. What?
They're trying to surround us.
Yes. Shriek.
We're holding them here with the clan rats here and Deathmaster Snikch. That's working out well. We've got some more orc boys coming around this way. See if we can do what we did before with the Eshin triads. Try and get these guys in here. Their ability's nearly recharged. Nearly a tiny concern with the Night Runners. A lot faster than they are still. Warp grinders can hit their ability in a moment. Put a menace below in here. Get the warp grinders. Still got lots of orc boys to kill. Holding those back nicely. Should be able to defeat these guys. Bit of a messy battle here. Deathmaster Snikch, 95 kills, is doing really, really well. Just disrupt these guys. Okay, let's help the Eshin triads if we can. Might lose the triads in this battle. Deathmaster Snikch is losing a little bit of health here. Let's try and get him out here. Push him in there. We're going to be alright. Push these guys in further. I want them to hit their ability. So we're breaking them there. Put some reinforcements in here. Warp grinders, I want them to get out now. Get these guys running. Oh dear, it's going really, really badly. Oh. Hopefully we can rally it again in a minute. That's why, like I said earlier, Orc Boys actually really can be quite a bit of a struggle. Deathmaster Snikch still pulling his weight quite well now at 200 kills. Try and regroup a bit. We are faster than them. I want these guys to rally. Deathmaster Snikch is now running. Hopefully he'll rally. He's still got quite a bit of health. Oh no, he died! What a terrible, terrible start. It was all going so well before this. And I think we're going to actually rout off the battle. But we are faster than they are. So let's get out of here. And I definitely want to save as many units as we can. So, I bet you don't see that very often. You know, we have kept our units intact. Deathmaster Snikch was wounded, unfortunately, but when it comes to that many units of boys early on, it can be quite a bit of a struggle. But we will rebuild from this, and we will get back to it. We have done a significant amount of damage to them, however. So that was a significant blow to the brilliant start that we were actually having, when we've actually lost just as much as they have. But we always got to remember that with Skaven, our units are a lot cheaper than theirs. So if we've lost Skaven slaves and clan rats, they lost Orc boys, and there's a big difference. I think in the battle, we should have I could have focused a little bit more on taking out their goblins. Because I did actually notice they were doing quite well, and it just irritating my field of view. So we need a new warlord now, because Deathmaster Snikch is going to be wounded for the next 5 turns. So let's just see if we can get something that's going to help us, right now. So maybe just a warlock. Just a warlord, because it's gonna give us extra bonuses when it comes to fighting the next battle. I think we're just gonna get a warlord.
Guide us, Horned One.
So we lost our Talisman of Endurance, which is quite bad, but we do still have the Warpstone armor. So not a complete loss. We can't move any further, which isn't too bad. We are getting replenishment in their territory, but this next turn that we're going to be coming in, it's going to be quite difficult to defend ourselves. I think if they do actually attack us, we should retreat into the forest, and lick our wounds. But let's just see if our agent can do something to help us here. Hinder replenishment, that might be actually a really good thing to do right now. Hopefully he succeeds. And it was a success, fantastic. So they're not going to replenish as much as they should do. And that's going to give us, all the advantages that we're going to need coming up.
I ain't doing that.
So they're not going to be getting any replenishment this turn. So the army that we come up against next time is going to be significantly smaller, especially as the AI does like to merge its units when they're damaged like this. Yeah, but we are going to have to contend now with a second army coming. Yeah, we're definitely still going to have to retreat into the forest next turn, but we are going to be able to come back from this straight away. Yeah, and it's really not a complete loss because we have got our Under Empire now set up. Yeah, and that's going to keep on doing its work forevermore. Yeah, like I said, these territories here are quite easy to defend. We're not in trouble. It was just a bit of a setback. Yeah, somebody else's fault. Yes, yes. But that's where we're going to leave it today. I hope you really enjoyed the episode. Yeah, and we'll have another episode of Deathmaster Snikch out tomorrow. Yeah, and then we'll go back to Malice Darkblade for another couple of episodes after that, and we'll just alternate them in between. But have a nice evening, and see you later. Bye.